Hello Brandon, hello Blood. I'm in a busy place in life right now and I can't show any of my artwork, so I thought I'd just talk about random topics that I like to fill the time. So I thought, hey, why not talk about my favourite video games? I mean a top 20, and for this month I want to talk about the first half of the list. But first, I want to give some honourable mentions. Snatcher, Psychonauts, Lego Island, Super Meat Boy, Comic Zone, GTA London, Commander Keen, Need for Speed 3. Pour one out for these brave soldiers who get caught in the crossfire. Now, let's get to it! Number 20, Phoenix. An obscure Galaxian clone that holds a deep sadness for me. A touching piano ballad plays as you're shooting mystical firebirds from outer space to death. You can hear the anguish in their cries. Number 19, Sid Meier's Pirates. Deeply captivating game about ship logistics and career choices. One of the few games that truly feel like a historical adventure. The way you could just mingle in the Caribbean, being either a pirate or a privateer and just working for various clients of various nationalities is just amazing. Number 18, Keyboard Drums at Fucking Werewolf. This is a music video / game that you can beat in 3 minutes, but the exhilaration and the aggressive fuck-all punk attitude it has synergizes so well with the frustrating gameplay and it makes me go wild like no other game. Number 17, A Mind Forever Voyaging. This is a very trippy infocom text adventure. Basically you're like HAL 9000 except you're a good guy. You play as a supercomputer that has been simulated and taught to have a human-like life experience in the Matrix, never being aware it is a computer, and was used by researchers to simulate the effects of the future of the 21st century where it gradually decays into an apocalypse by 2070. If you lived for the past 4 years in America, it can feel like an incredibly eerie experience. Number 16, Jazz Punk. I love games that are funny and I love all the 60s Cold War vibes, the cheesy Soul Bass callouts, the Hunter S. Thompson references, and in general I'm a fan of games that don't take themselves too seriously. It's a laugh and a riot. That's all for today right now. Love and respect. Hello Brandon, hello Huber. Continuing from where we left off. Zelda, Twilight Princess. Other kids were playing Oblivion at the time, but this was my Oblivion. The way you can motion control the horse riding and the use of bows is fantastic, the narrative and the environments are beautiful, admit that it's just the coolest. Special props to the Agrog boss fights. Yeah, fighting a dragon, no problem. Number 14, Kentucky Route Zero. Every single thing you've heard about this game is true. It is as much as a love letter to reformed Americana for millennials as it's a scathing critique on capitalism, and its beautiful heroes will make you cry. I especially love the fact that every chapter features a sing-along section. Some of these songs are really something I need to hear right now. Number 13, Liberal Rabble. An obscure 1983 Namco game which you play with 2 joysticks. You try to make rope hoops and you're trying to grab as many mushrooms as you can, but the presentation and music is so beautiful for words, it feels like it's a game equivalent of Strawberry Fields or something. Number 12, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I love Sonic so much. Sonic 1 was the first game I ever played, and Sonic 3 feels like the most complete game of the first trilogy. I can't believe how huge the levels are. Even 20 years later, I still find new paths in it that I never even discovered before. It's epic in a way that Mario never was. Number 11, World of Warcraft. I'm specifically speaking about the vanilla version. I've been a Warcraft fan since I was a kid. I was playing Warcraft 2 and it was the first time I was ever captivated by a fictional universe. The story had maps, dates, years, countries, capitals, ethnicities, commanders, technology, and it was just mind-blowing to me. I never even heard of Tolkien then. I really loved Warcraft 3 as well, but WoW brought some things to a whole new level. It is a milestone of online interactions when you and a bunch of other unknown people were thrown into this brutal, dangerous world, and in order to succeed you absolutely had to rely on and help each other. Number 10, Restar. This is the best game on the Mega Drive and I will stand by it. You're a star with elongated arms and you can grab objects and enemies. This one simple mechanic is brilliant and it opens possibilities to all sorts of platforming wonder and parkour that not even Sonic had the chance to enjoy, and I think Restar is in a bad need of a revival. It also has the musical Planet Sonata, one of the most beautiful game worlds I've ever seen. Number 9, The Incredible Machine. Such frivolous dust fun that everyone forgot about. The puzzles were great and so is the free building mode where I'd spend hours just exploring the way gears and other props would work and just build the weirdest bloody things like they were Lego sets and see what happens. If you don't like this game, we can't be friends. Number 8, Outrun. Outrun to me is a moment in time captured in Chrysalis. Outrun isn't a game, it's a feeling. I struggle to think of a more unified game in terms of presentation and gameplay. Outrun is all about the little things. the way you can change the song displaying on the station, the wind blowing in your hair, and a glamorous warm sunset on the game over screen. It's not bad to lose. We're finishing this in the next one, I hope. Love and respect, everyone. Hello Brandon, hello Ian. Nice to have you back here. This is the top 7. Number 7, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri is a beautiful game. It is also a terrifying game. It's a science fiction game about the far future, and however you want to make it is entirely up to you. It's a powerful and scary game that tests your ethics, and the fact that it has a scripted narrative will leave you emotionally drained. Number 6, Tetris. In Eastern Europe, there used to be a whole range of LCD handheld devices that could only play Tetris. To many children living in here, it was their first exposure to Tetris, and they hold a deep nostalgic value. Tetris is magical. The NES variant is my favourite because it has the Sugar Plum Fairy, and it helped me fall asleep on many insomniac nights. Number 5, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. When I was 12, I had what I like to call my frat boy phase. I'd sleep over at the one friend I had, and we'd do nothing but watch Jackass and play Tony Hawk, and it makes me badly want to learn to skate myself someday. Let me put it this way, I don't think any other game liberated as many young minds as the HPS did. I'm shocked the FBI didn't ban this. Number 4, StarCraft. Yes, StarCraft is a brilliant strategy game with lots of versatility and creativity, but honestly I was more in it for the story. It's my favourite science fiction setting and is what I feel a comfortable midpoint between the gritty realism of Alien and the mythic proportions of Star Wars. And as ending, StarCraft is the first video game to make me cry. Number 3, Siberia. You're Kate Walker, a lawyer from New York who travels through Europe's desert landscapes to find Hans Borelberg, an ingenious automaton inventor who breathes life into toys and machines. On your travels you meet the people who knew Hans and they tell you all about him, his kindness, his childlike spirit and generosity, how they were touched by him and how they regret ruining themselves and driving him away. You become more fascinated with him, you want to meet him, you trace his footsteps, become enveloped in the sublime beauty you see that nobody ever believes in, and Kate rediscovers herself and feels truly alive for the first time. She sacrifices the comforts of a dull old life because she wants to be lost and never found again. Number 2, Half-Life. It's a horror game. It's more replay value than the second one. The muscles and nerves in your back tense whenever Gordon moves his head up and down. The game is revolutionary in the way it achieves the synthesis of the story experience, the mechanic experience, and the body experience. Everybody keeps joking what the Citizen Kane of video games is, but honestly Half-Life might be the closest thing we'll ever get to it. Number 1, Final Fantasy VII. Yes, you could say the combat's not good, you could say half the minigames don't work, you could say the story's confusing, you could say everybody's made out of 3 polygons. Final Fantasy VII is the Star Wars of video games. It's humongous, it's glorious, it's a bloated meteor strike that left an imprint on the game industry whose ripple effects we still feel today, if not entirely for the better. Even 25 years later, developers are still conditioned to make their own state-of-the-art, million-dollar budget AAA games with the latest graphics technology, massive overworlds and intricate storylines with lots of cutscenes and voice acting. After all, you don't make the greatest video game of all time without making some collateral. But what's important is that Cloud's a true hero, Shimura are monsters, the cast is beautiful, Sephiroth is terrifying, and the story's an emotional epic. I may be speaking rubbish too, you know. It's okay if you don't like any of these are silly, but these are the games that really mean to me. Thank you to everyone who's listening, love and respect.